Hey guys, Czar here. Good morning to you. Hope all is well. It's 9:29 almost. 1 minute away from the open here on Thursday, Feb 1st. Can you believe that? We are in Feb. It's here. The coldest month of the year for us here in the New York time zone at the very least. But it's actually been pretty warm, plus temperatures, so not complaining. All right, opening now, guys. Opening now in 1 minute. We'll see what happens. This is the three sisters, NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow. It's been an interesting couple of days. Yesterday, of course, FOMC and the press conference, we saw what happened there. What a difference a couple of days makes, as I was saying to my group earlier. Pullback on the NASDAQ, pullback on the S&P, and a pullback on the Dow. Finding some support here temporarily on the 21 EMA on the NASDAQ, not so much. In other words, we are above on the S&P and the Dow. We'll drift over here to the power grid, as I like to say. You will notice that we have now, actually in 20 seconds, we'll be opening and setting the 1 minute open range here. Let's watch the three sisters for that, shall we? It'll be interesting to see what happens here today. This is the 30-minute three sisters with the prior day's high showing there. See that there? A little peak. And the prior day's low. We are now open on New York. See the changing background color? And we will see the open range form here as well. I'll be cutting out dead air, sideways grinding action, non-teaching moments, things of that nature to keep this video nice and tight. In the meantime, we are pushing up here, in particular on the Dow. A little stronger move here on the Dow. Let's go look at the power grid, shall we? Yeah, all the futures are up overnight, just a little bit on a net basis. Drifting down though a little bit here in the pre-market earlier, as you can see right there. It's the 30-minute chart on the bottom left, by the way. Watch this now. That's my open range indicator. You can see the 1 minute open range has been set now for the entire day. And that will just continue to move out to the right as we watch price action here. Dow rallying higher, S&P trying to break out of its 1 minute open range. The NASDAQ is still stuck within its 1 minute open range. Of course, we're only in the second minute here, so not a big deal. I'll put you on pause for now, guys. I'll bring you back as we see things unfold. As I often will say in the beginning of the video here, I'm not looking to trade today. I'm looking to make money, and that might mean no trades. And some days are like that. Some days are one trade. Some days are as many as 3 or even 4, especially when VIX is higher. But today may be a no trading day. There is news coming out at 10 o'clock, and so we want to be leery and wary of that, of course. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. The news just came out. There's the 10 o'clock news. We had a drop down here on the S&P. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. There we go. It's manufacturing PMI. Let's take a look at the numbers and see if we can get any insights there. All right, forecasting 47, and it came out 49.1, a little stronger than expected. That could be a risk for keeping interest rates where they are for a while longer than was expected. But who knows? We're just going to watch now and see how this market reacts from here. All three finding support all of a sudden here, guys. NASDAQ, S&P. Let me throw you the three sisters so you can really see this. Jumping back into the open range. All three of them now. Dow, of course, had a very big open range. Back in here for the S&P and the NASDAQ. We're watching this now very closely. The power grid, guys. No zone of support on the S&P. We do have one on the Dow here. You see that there? And let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Yeah, interesting. Be watching this. All right, guys, I'm a buyer right here at the market. Right there, I'm trying to, and right there, guys, see that there? Pull back to that marker. I'm gonna fix the marker in a moment. The stop is below the low. Give me 1 moment here. All right, here we go. Lots of strength coming in here now on all three. My primary target is 1R, guys. 1R as usual. And then I'll explain this trade in a moment. Lots of fresh buying after the PMI numbers. 10 o'clock, right? We talked about that news. Just need to fix this, guys. This is below right there. And this is at 2. That's what it looks like. Primary targets right there, 1R. And then I'm going to show 1.5 and 2R as well for additional models, as many of you know. This is the NASDAQ rejecting from that zone down here. I'll put you on pause and we'll come back as this trade plays out. We'll talk more about the setup at that point. And target 1 has been hit, so the 1R all or nothing trader has left the game with full profitability, and the 2R move stop to break even has moved their stop to break even just like this because we hit 1R in price action. That means they will either get 2R or break even right here, but nothing in between. Now we're going to sit and wait and see if there's enough juice in this thing to get us to 1.5 and 2R as well. And target 2 has been reached, and so the 1.5R all or nothing trader has left the game with full profitability as well. And now we're going to wait and see if that final target of 2 can be reached, guys. This is a form of a trend continuation and a reversal. You'll see that this was very much momentum play after the news came out. We had sat here all morning until, well, all morning, 30 minutes until 10 a.m. when the news came out. And then when prices failed to drive down and remain below the open range on all three sisters, by the way, and then rallied strongly after putting in that rejection wick down here, that tail, as participants and constituents reassessed what they had done on the sell down, and this is what we often see, especially driving into this key zone here from the pre-European session, rejecting from there back into the zone. Same thing happened on the three sisters. Let me show you here. Notice here, this is the S&P, of course, here. This is coming back into the zone. Same thing happened on NASDAQ, and we were already pretty high here inside of the zone on the Dow. So all three sisters agreeing, bringing us back into the party here, so to speak, on the bullish side, and then driving prices higher. We had a bit of a time here when we came back and almost got back to break even, but then the momentum came back into this thing, and hopefully we can get up to 2R. Don't know if we can, but we are profitable here in this trade, guys. And I'll be right back, and we'll see how this thing finishes out. And there it is, guys. Another one of those days. We were in an inside day here today on all three sisters, and that remained the case. In other words, price action inside of yesterday's range from FOMC day. Pulled all the way back to the original stop, having hit 1R and 1.5R, and we were on our way to 2R there. So the 1R all or nothing model, of course, was fully profitable right here. The 1.5R all or nothing trader, fully profitable right here. The 2R move stop to break even at 1R was break even right here, and the only model to take a charge is the 2R all or nothing trader, who pulled all the way back to here because they said, I want 2R or I want nothing. And that's the way that worked out. So a profitable day here today, guys, for at least for two of the models, break even for one. And the most aggressive model took a small charge here today of just 1R. Thanks for being here today, guys. Hopefully we'll get another trade this afternoon. No guarantees of that. And like I said earlier, I'm not here to trade. I'm here to make money. So we'll see what we need to do here as market action allows. Have an amazing afternoon. We'll talk soon.